The Minister of Energy appointed Gerry Protti as chair of the regulator responsible for approving all energy products in Alberta. It seems that Mr. Protti is listed as the vice chair of the Energy Policy Institute of Canada, a lobby group representing the who's who of energy companies in Canada. He is himself a registered lobbyist for the energy industry. To the Energy Minister, if Mr. Protti doesn't have a conflict of interest, then who does?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's always good to get questions from the Grassy Knoll group. It is quite clear, Mr. Speaker, that when Mr. Protti was asked to take on this role, he has taken all the steps to eliminate any potential conflicts, such as that alluded to here, should there be such things. And I would add to that actually Mr. Protti is a very fair-minded, straightforward, hard-working and dedicated Albertan that ought to be supported in his role.
Honourable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, well, you know, this energy minister can talk all he wants about how fair-minded he is, but here's who he represents. The Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers, Suncor in Canada, the Canadian Energy Pipeline Association, CNRL, Enbridge, TransAlta, Aecon, Cenovus, Shell Canada, Imperial Oil, and the Canadian Petroleum Products Institute, to name just a few. This guy can't possibly take an objective view of projects involving any of these energy corporations. Why is this minister putting the fox in charge of the henhouse?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Governance Board of the Alberta Energy Regulator will have responsibility for ensuring that the organization is well run, that it sets appropriate outcomes for the organization to perform. In addition to that, there will be a panel of independent commissioners who will be put on the panels to hear specific cases as they come forward. Mr. Speaker, I'd rather appoint somebody who actually knows what's going on as opposed to somebody who doesn't.
Honourable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I really appreciated your prayer today because only divine intervention can save this government now. This government has made a farce of energy regulation in Alberta. If it wasn't so outrageous, Mr. Speaker, it would be funny. How can this energy minister justify turning one of the ministry's most serious responsibilities into a joke?
Honourable Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, if anybody was laughing, it would be a joke, but there isn't anybody who's laughing at that joke. And I would say, Mr. Speaker, that what we're building, we haven't even started yet. I would encourage all even-minded, fair-minded Albertans to give us a chance to establish the board, to establish the organization, let it get up and do its work, and then the proof is in the pudding, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable